QEB. I told you guys when we first got started, I was going to be talking to the Hooks today. We're going to talk about their new book, Relationships. We're going to be talking about marriages. And, of course, get their thoughts on what they thought of my Heartbreakers and Dreammakers series. What's up, Will? What's up, Odette? You live with QEB Vlog TV.
How you doing this evening? How you doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. Okay, so the first thing I want to know is, because you guys, in fact, are a married couple, how did you all meet?
Well, we met in Germany. We both were stationed in the U.S. Army.
Okay.
And our initial meeting didn't go so well. We actually met at a club, and he asked me to jam. Turn me down. No. But we met again a few weeks later through a mutual friend of ours who is still a family friend of ours today. We actually named our second son after him. But he's actually the reason why we actually met and got together.
Oh, okay. So y'all met at a club. Was this club on one of the bases, or was this club in Germany where you were stationed at?
It was in one of the clubs on the base where we were stationed at in Germany.
Oh, cool, cool. Okay, so what made you go to the Army? Were you in the Army or the Marines? I'm sorry, I don't even know which corps did you serve in.
You're fine. We went in. We were in the Army. What made me go into the Army was everyone in my family was either in the Army or the Air Force. But because my father had retired from the Army, I chose to go and follow in my father's footsteps.
Oh, okay, okay. And what about you, Will?
I went in for a sense of direction. At that time, I really didn't know exactly which direction I wanted to go as far as life is concerned. So I considered the Army as a stepping stone to give me the opportunity to actually chart out a plan. So that was my purpose for going in.
Okay. So now, did you think you'd find your soulmate there?
Had no clue whatsoever. As a matter of fact, marriage was nowhere on the horizon for me. My mentality at the time was, 30, 35 before I would even consider marriage.
Absolutely, me too.
So, it was one of those things that, oh my gosh, totally didn't see coming, but I'm glad it happened.
Ah, okay, okay. And what about you, Odette? Did you see marriage in the stars for you?
I didn't. I guess every girl's dream is to find their Prince Charming and ride off into the sunset. However, I was a tomboy pretty much all my life growing up and into my early adulthood. So, getting married, honestly, in my mind, I wasn't even gonna think about it until I was in my 30s.
Okay, you weren't thinking about it, so you were in your 30s. All right. So anyhow, this man comes to this club, rubbed you the wrong kind of way, so you was like, whatever. And then you ended up having this mutual friend that just brought y'all back together. So now when you guys came to your second meeting, was it at that point that you may have said, this person, he might be the one, or she might be the one?
For me, when we actually met in the barracks.
Okay.
Both our units were stationed in the same building, so we actually met in the barracks. However, no, when he turned as his friend, our mutual friend, was about to introduce us, his back was turned to me when I walked into their barracks dorm. And when he turned around, I immediately remembered him and how I spoke to him.
Funny.
It was almost like open my mouth and insert my foot at that point.
Wow.
But I did not look at him. I didn't look at him that way. I looked at him as just wanting to be a friend. I can't explain to you why, but I just wasn't attracted to him like that when I first met him.
Okay, so what did he do to change your mind?
Well, we were the best of friends. We became what was known as the three amigos on post. Me, him, and our friend Ed.
Okay.
Go
Ed.
I'm sorry?
I said go Ed.
Oh, yes. So we went everywhere. We did everything. I was a tomboy, so I fit right in with all the guys. The guys were so comfortable around me. They would say things that I can promise you they normally would not say when a female is present. So I just kind of fitted in with the guys. And it just never crossed my mind, him and I. It never did.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what about you, Will? What did you think when you saw her then for the second time? Was you like, you got this, or you know what I mean? What was going through your mind? You just like, oh, Shorty trying to play hard to get, but she don't know. She don't know. So what was you thinking?
When I turned around and I saw who it was, my first response was, small world, small, well, look how the tides have turned. But it was all in good humor.
Okay.
It really was. It was in good humor. And we began to relate with one another, talk, hang out, and we started hanging out more. And we started learning a lot more about each other. As a matter of fact, on several occasions I asked her to kind of play interference for me or to try to hook me up with a couple of her, coworkers.
Ooh.
And I did the same on my end. I would ask him to do the same for me. And actually, the three amigos were interesting because when we all went out clubbing together, if there was a guy that, I just didn't want to talk to him or be bothered with, and he just kept pursuing me, I would just walk up to one of them and give them that look as I was walking up, and they already knew to play the role of my boyfriend. Vice versa, if there was a female and they didn't want to be bothered, and they would walk up to me, and I would automatically know to play the role of the girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
However, him and Ed would send me over to find out things about females so that they can know exactly how to come at them.
Oh, okay. So look at y'all, boy. Y'all had that whole military science thing down in the dating pool. I like that. That's different. That's something different. So now, how did you become authors? Because is this your first book?
As husband and wife, this is our first book as husband and wife.
Okay.
We used to do a show called Casual Conversations, and basically what the show was about was relationships, and we would interact with the audience, and we would address particular questions that were raised during the show. And I think we did this for like 3 years. We did Casual Conversations for 3 years, and through it all, and through many of the people that we've met along the way, people have constantly asked that, told us rather, that you guys should write a book. And, for the most part, we was like, yeah, sure, whatever. But the more we gave it thought and the more that question kept resurfacing, we actually decided to sit down and put our thoughts on paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thought, why not make a book that's very transparent? Because we didn't mind sharing intimate details about ourselves that could hopefully help someone, because we know that there are a lot of books out there in relationships, and we're not knocking any of them. However, we do read relationship books in a sense of it's perfection. It's either chaos or it's perfection. And you need to learn how to balance the two worlds, number one, so that chaos can stay out of it. And if there is some sort of disruption in the relationship, how can we work about it to fix it so that there are more sunny days in our relationship than there ever will be rainy days?
Okay. Or as you call it, good gravy.
Yes, good gravy. A recipe for a great relationship.
Okay.
We wanted it to be very transparent so that people could see themselves within it.
Uh-huh.
So that a couple that has been married for 21 plus years, they made it. And they didn't make it with, smiles and roses every day, but they had a lot of smiles and rosy days. And where they came to at this point in their life is a point of happiness and joy and lots of peace.
Okay. Yeah, we need all of that today. Okay, so now I asked you guys to take a look at the Heartbreakers Dreammaker series. Okay, did you get a chance to do that?
We do apologize that we missed that, Miss Queen. We really do apologize. We missed that in your email, so we want to apologize to you. If you could give us a synopsis on it, we would love to answer any questions that you would have about it.
Okay, well, Let me see. This is what I would ask you, because this is really generally towards the entertainment business, and being that you guys are talking about dating, and everyone has all of these different tactics of how they engage a potential mate and stuff. One of the things that is really, really prevalent and just crazy in the entertainment business is that when you would ask an artist, especially a male artist, or you're female, you're asking a male artist for their information, they give you their personal phone number instead of giving you their manager's number, though they have a manager or they have, a publicist. Then sometimes when they decided they're not interested in you, then they actually give you like their manager's information. Okay, but before you answer that, I'm going to stop this one camera so we can start it over again.